What's going on, guys? Coach Key here, and today we're going to be going over how to properly wrap your hands. I've seen a number of people do it a number of ways, and I personally just don't like them. From it not having enough wrist support, to you not being able to ball your fist up and close it properly, to just the ugly pattern that's right here in your hand that keeps you from gripping and having a good closed fist. So I'm going to show you guys the way that I personally wrap my hands. Now, real quick, the main purpose for hand wraps is not to have padding on the knuckles, even though it does help as you're continuing to develop your punch power. Sometimes your knuckles get tender, the padding helps. But the real purpose of hand wraps, or wrapping your hands, is to give you wrist stability. So I'm going to show you guys the technique that I use to wrap my hands to get good wrist stability, where my wrist doesn't bend, because I know we've all done it. We've been hitting the bag and we throw the wrong punch, and that whole shot goes down from your wrist to your elbow because of, honestly, a bad punch, but also you didn't wrap your hands properly, right? So I'm gonna show you guys how to wrap your hands to where you can get a good grip on the actual wrap. You can have a stiff wrist so it doesn't bend, and it's just more comfortable. So let's get into it. So first things first, you see this says this side down. We're going to tuck this inward. Usually you put your thumb through here, but we're not going to use that, right? So we're going to fold it in and fold it down. We're going to make it approximately just a little wider than the knuckle, right? So open the hand, place it on here. We see approximately where we're going to stop it, which is about right here. So we're going to go from here. Let me turn it for you. We're going to go from here. We're going to fold it about here, right? Let's measure it. That's good, over the knuckle. Fold it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? Now, from here, lay the light padding or the thin padding over your knuckles. You're going to wrap it. That's 1. That's 2. That's 2. We're going to bring it down to the wrist. We're going to go 3 times. That's 1. That's 2. And that's 3. Then from there, over the thumb. Pull the hand back. Now, mind you, when you're wrapping up here on the knuckles, hold your hand firmly out. When you're wrapping down here on the wrist, hold your hand firmly out. This will keep you from cutting off the circulation, because when your hand relaxes, you have just a little breathing room. When your hand relaxes, you have just a little wiggle room on the knuckles. So around the thumb, hand up, because we're locking the wrist. Come around, back down to the wrist. Now it's locked, right? See, it's locked. So from there, we're going to go through the pinky and the ring finger. Now, before we completely pull, we're going to ball up our fist. See how I'm holding it? We're going to ball up our fist so we don't pinch the webbing in between our fingers. Ball up our fist. Straighten it out. Then we're going to come around the wrist 1 time. See that? 1 time. Come up between the index and the middle finger. Ball up the fist really tight. Then we're going to come down. Now notice we're pulling down. This is why you need to ball up the fist, because if you keep your hand open, you will pinch the webbing in between your hand, and it's going to hurt like hell, and you're going to have to unwrap it. So ball up the fist, pull it down, come around 1 more time. Open your hand between the middle and ring finger, ball up your fist, pull it out, and go around the knuckles. That's 1. Keep the hand open, go around the knuckles 1 more time. That's 2. Remember, keep it open firmly, so when you relax your hand, you have a little breathing space. Now that's 2. Ball up the fist really tight. Come down, pulling it around the wrist. That's 1. Now we're about to lock it into the wrist. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. And pretty much you're just going to finish off on the wrist. Remember, keep your hand open so you don't cut off the circulation. Now, see, we have enough space where our hand can breathe. when we ball up our fist, oh, this is one I wanted to show you. You see this? There's not a bunch of just wrap and lines running all through here. You can actually utilize this cushion, this padding here, as a grip to help you close your fist. Now watch this. That's as low, when my fist is balled up, that's as low as I can bend my wrist. Now, this allows you to have a better fist. You have more grip when you ball up your fist. It gives you good wrist protection. And for those that don't like padding, you have like a small padding here. For those that do like padding, again, you still have a little bit of padding right here. So ultimately, I personally like this particular technique because good wrist support. There's not too much going on here in the palms where I can actually ball up my fists, grip this wrap to have a good closed fist, and I get a ton of wrist support. Hopefully that helps you guys out. And if you haven't yet, make sure that you hit that subscribe button so you can subscribe to my channel to get more keys to boxing. Also, make sure that you like the video and be sure to drop a comment on any other thing that you would like for me to go over. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. You guys continue to tap in for more keys to boxing.